Hello everybody, AFU here, also known as Atlas the Silkwing, and today we are going to get into the world of Darkstalker. So this will be focusing mainly on his book, Wings of Fire Legends, Darkstalker, and on his friends, what happened to him. So this is going to be a major spoiler, and this is kind of concluding if Darkstalker is, well, evil or not. Now we're not exactly sure how to notice this character, what he resembles, all of that. And so I see him as a villain who's just really confused and scared, even though he says, he's clearly not scared, but after everything that's happened to him, anger has probably just driven him mad. And doing that, he thought he was doing the right thing, got him on the wrong path, and there wasn't really any way to fix it, even with the help of his closest friends and his family, Whiteout, for example. And, well, it kind of all started with his father, Prince Arctic of the Ice Wings, and so his mother and father, his mother was Foe Slayer, obviously, but this video is also for people who, know the books, so if you don't, yeah, you should exit now. And so, most people haven't read the Fourth Winglet, but it kind of gives the background for why, Prince Arctic is the way he is, and those genes were passed down through Darkstalker. So it was kind of harder for Darkstalker to get out of that pain and anger and regret. Now, I would say he had more control in his book versus Darkness of Dragons. Now, you get different point of views to kind of get an idea of what dragons feel about him. And so Phantom saw Darkstalker as a dragon who was evil, couldn't change, and he was a dragon to be feared. Kibley knew that he couldn't be trusted, but is he really that bad of a dragon? If Darkstalker knew Foe Slayer was alive, he probably would have viewed the Ice Wings differently. But, with the war and all that, he was just upset, and I would still say he's scared. But then that brings us closer to the conclusion, saying, is Darkstalker evil? And then there's this saying, just because you do bad things doesn't mean you're a bad person, or in this case, dragons. I think what Darkstalker did was, I may have acted that way too, but his aggression was so strong that dragons saw him as evil. Now, there were friends who supported him, partially, until it came to a point where he couldn't be controlled, and those friends were obviously Clearsight and Phantom. So, Phantom had been afraid of being an animus, and with the whole thing with Albatross, I will have to do a world of Albatross. I'll probably do videos like this, and then I'll have to get carried on through going through the Nightwing's drawings, descriptions, characters, theories, all of that. But I'm not sure. Is Darkstalker evil? Well, we'll get into that soon enough. So some of the things that Darkstalker has enchanted, some of them were good and some of them not so much. Some of the things that were beneficial was the animus scale, whether you're turning evil or not. Black sand represented good, white sand represented evil. Well, obviously, because Darkstalkers hated his father his whole life. But when Darkstalker was born, he saw darkness in his dad, and I'm going to look for the chapter real quick. I've got the book right next to me. And he was, evil the moment, the first time he hatched. Because it says right here, this is my mother, those are my full moons, this is my world now. And so he clearly cares for his mother, otherwise I don't think well, obviously he loves his mother. His dad, he saw, was, here, I'm looking for it. Father's eyes, like fragments of ice, studied Darkstalker's every scale. No, it, um, and Darkstalker could feel the cold, congealing weight of father's resentment. And he saw suspicious hatred, outrage flashing on both sides, but none of it spoken. So, like, Darkstalker kind of knew that he wasn't good at all. So, like, he thought he was a monster from the moment he was born. But, like, once Foeslayer was trapped in ice, once, like, he had something to make sure to, well, the scroll that he had chanted to put his Antis magic in, once, like, I think that was pretty good to keep so he won't get evil, but clearly it still affected him, and he never thought that it would, make him evil. Like, it still worked, and that infected his soul. So, like, when Foeslayer was in one spot, he figured she was dead. But no, she was still alive, trapped in ice that was specially enchanted by Queen Diamond, which is Darkstalker's grandmother. Prince Arctic's mother. And so when he got enchanted from the bracelet with Phantom and Clearsight, like, they both loved Darkstalker, but they knew if he stayed out longer, he wouldn't, like, he would get out of control. And, like, he disemboweled his father. Like, yes, his father's done some bad things, but is it really that, like, crucial that he had to do that? No, not necessarily. Like, would I do that to my dad? No. Would anybody? No. But Darkstalker had already had patches of darkness in his soul, and that reached him into killing his dad. And then Phantom and Clearsight both knew that it's gone too far. Darkstalker needs to be stopped. And they thought with putting an enchanted bracelet with a sleeping spell on Darkstalker, that it would keep him there for the end of time. But Darkstalker was still alive, and he was growing. Like, he enchanted stuff, well, to be immortal, to have immunity. I don't know what else. They had a lot of things to make him seem irresistible. He couldn't be stopped, but his own magic could kill him, or not kill him. He got transformed, and then so Peril burned the scroll, which set him free, which put his Antis magic, like, it returned to him. The pieces of scroll that Chameleon still had, that didn't count, but Kinkajou used that against Darkstalker to turn him into Peacemaker. And so now we're going to talk a little bit more about this other character, this total new dragon that is completely opposite compared to Darkstalker. So Peacemaker was more of a happy, lovey dragon who cared for his friends like Moonwatcher. And so he became a 1-year-old dragonet, and he's just like a Nightwing, any other Nightwing. He could breathe fire still, but he's slightly part Rainwing, and that's why he has the colored spots under his wings with, like, blues, yellows, reds, purples, greens. And he's more friendly. I heard that he was going to be married to a blacksmith in the tribe, I believe. That's what Moonwatcher foresaw. Foeslayer is still his mother. He'll probably never know who his father was. I wonder how that's going to work out. But anyway, Darkstalker got transformed with a strawberry that was enchanted by Kinkajou that, changed him into a different dragon to be this more kinder dragon who would be, more peaceful. And what if Darkstalker's name was Peacemaker first? Would he be, like, a different dragon? That would be very interesting. Foeslayer actually mentioned that in the book. But Peacemaker is made to have a good life in the end, and that's how history should have been. Not all that chaos that nearly changed the whole continent. And so Is Darkstalker evil? Yes, people have different opinions and how they see Darkstalker. I see him as an evil character. Now, I believe Tui sees Darkstalker as evil because, well, when she wrote the book, and then there was that, like, um, time thing. I forgot what it was called. I don't know, it's in Darkness of Dragons. Um, yeah, there was, I forget what it's called. It's in the back of my head. I can't see it. But anyway, it said whether he was bad or good, and Tui wrote in the end of Darkness of Dragons when he was with Keebly, that's how you pronounce his name, that he was mostly bad. So I'm not sure if Tui thinks he's bad or not. I think personally he is, but I want to know your guys' opinion. But he has had a whole hard, difficult life, and so I feel like he is evil for the things he's done, but maybe in his cold heart, he is good. So just because he's a bad dragon just because he does bad things doesn't mean he's a bad dragon. I think at heart he's a good dragon in there somewhere, but things he's done just weren't good. The path was dark and just off. But I'll see you later, guys. Comment, like, and subscribe. I will do more videos like these. I'm probably going to do next is going to be Wings of Fire, the world of Albatross. And I'll get to that once we get to Turtle's book, but I've got to get through some of the other tribes first. And I'll see you later, guys. Comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you later. Before you go, I also forgot to mention that another way Darkstalker has like strong feelings for his friends is in Towns of Power, right after he became king and basically convinced the other Nightwings to follow him as leader. Um, he cried for clear sight, and that scene was very emotional because he missed her and he said he was sorry. So clearly he still cares in a way, and Clearsight always makes him feel better, like he's a good dragon. Clearsight still loves him, but she views him differently. Darkstalker forgave Clearsight. He didn't forgive Phantom because he swore an oath, and I'll get into all of that in another video. But I just wanted to point that out as another example that Darkstalker still can be good, but I still view him as a more evil dragon than good. But he has his reasons. Yet again, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.